Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, the middle of the week. So let's get this party started this morning. I'm going to find it on Facebook and then I'll share it out. So help me share it, please. And let me see if I can find it. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Here it is. All right. So let me get it shared. Well, it's not cooperating. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you've got a cuppa going on and you can jump in here to our cuppa. Bring your own and fill it up. Okay, I think I got it shared out to everybody. Let's get started. Good morning. How are you doing today? Let's see if I can get this up here where everybody can see. Morning, Annie. It was rough yesterday, but I am so much better today. I actually got some sleep. I think sleep is what helped me to just forget that I was in pain. so now it's just a matter of recovery and letting the gum heal from where I had that tooth pulled. But thank you all so much for your prayers. It did help. It helped a lot because I'm a little baby when it comes to teeth problems, and boy, I've been through it for the last couple of weeks, and you all have been right there loving me through all of it. So thank you for that. All right, let's go into our hearts and do some heart-brain coherence, Cuppa style. So hand on your heart and slow down the breathing. And then add in the love. Add love into your heart today. Let it know that you love yourself. Let it know that you really do. So breathe that in and release it back out. And please share this if you're finding it. Oh, yes, Kelly, sleep is very important and I don't get enough of it. So it was good to be able to sleep and heal. Good morning, Deirdre, Andrea. All right, so now into our hearts, we are going to speak affirmations. I am enough. I am worthy. I am a spark of the divine. I am healthy. I am abundant. Miracles happen to me every day. Opportunities show up everywhere. And I love myself. That one's for Brandy. What's your affirmation? What do you want to say to you? Just say it. And I think it was last week I shared to just say I am. You don't have to say that in itself is a complete sentence. I am. I loved the message that the angels brought last night, and I will read that in just a minute. But that's what just reminded reminded me of the message is the brevity, just saying I am. We don't have to use a lot of other words. We don't even have to add in any of those things that we think finish that sentence of I am. Just I am. So beautiful. And thank you, Deirdre, that was, where'd it go? I just lost it. Day 345 of saying those affirmations together. So we welcomed in Andrea and Deirdre, and there's our Brandy girl. Must have heard me. Yes, I saw that Kathy and Bob are on their way home. I hope she's feeling better today. I know she had a rough day yesterday. Jennifer Langren, good morning to you. And thank you for the heart hug, Brandy. I appreciate that. Yes, I forgot to mention, bring somebody into your heart. Give them a hug and let them know that you care. Let them know they matter. Good morning, Linda Lemieux. That's right, Deirdre. Isn't that beautiful? When we remember that we are immortal beings, affirmations are easy. They just come. We don't have to force anything. We don't have to remember what to say. Yeah, I love it. And Annie, I am worthy of all that's good. I am healthy. I am blessed. I am enough. And thank you, Brandy. Just the words I am. So important to say that because it brings you right to the present, to where you are and who you are. And Darlene, good morning. I'm so glad you found us. We haven't seen you in a bit, but thank you for joining us from Michigan. So good of you to be in here with us. So what else? Today is Wednesday, the middle of this week. Wow, it's going so fast. Everything is moving fast. And next week, I will be with Dr. Ruth Anderson. She is flying in next Wednesday, and I'll be meeting up with her and hopefully going to find some manatees up in the central part of Florida. So pray for safe travels for her as she makes her way to Florida to see me and to just enjoy some time together. Darlene, you were on a cruise for 10 days with no internet. Oh, I bet it was wonderful. We've talked on here about the importance of shutting off things and just taking a reset from everything. And I know yesterday we talked a bit about just getting off of social media for a while. Even that alone is healing to get away from negativity. Everybody doing? How are you doing with this time moving so incredibly fast? And we had do we have the new moon yesterday, I think, and the eclipse that happened. So I don't know if you felt any of the eclipse energy. I was pretty much out of it after I had my dental experience and had the tooth out. It wasn't terrible because she's very good. My dentist is awesome. But after the anesthesia wore off, then it was terrible. Then the pain set in and it was pretty bad. So I didn't get to really pay attention energetically to that new moon or to the eclipse and see if it was having any effect on me. I'm sure it did. But anyway, today's a new day. We're going to focus on this day. What do we have going on right now? And let me get the story time ready to share with you because, they've been doing some powerful story times lately. And this one from yesterday is called Compassionate Communication World, which is what we were just talking about. There's so many distractions, and when we can turn off some of the distractions, then we get to really see what life is all about. Oops, I just turned it off on my screen, so I can't read it yet. But Don Baker, welcoming you in here, and Brandy. I'm feeling a lot better, Brandy. It was really rough. I think I barely ate anything. It has to be soft food for me until this gum heals up. So soup it is. All right. Pardon me while I try to get this where I can see it, you guys, so I can read it to you. Okay. Compassionate communication in a distracted world. John F. Kennedy, one of my favorite past presidents, said, "Life is precious." Boy, isn't it though? Sometimes brevity is all that is needed to say great things. Sometimes a single sentence carries the weight of eternity. Jesus wept, the shortest verse in the Bible, and yet it opens an entire universe of compassion. No explanation, no embellishment, no footnotes, just truth, just feeling, just presence. We don't need to know more, like how long did he weep? Why? Who witnessed it? It tells a whole story all by itself. Jesus had feelings and was unafraid to show them. How often, when we are recounting a story, do we feel the need to embellish it with facts or insignificant details? When President Kennedy declared that life is precious, he did not need to specify whose life. He did not need to defend the statement with statistics or argument. The message stands complete on its own. Life, all life, precious. We can learn a lot from this use of clear communication. We humans have such short attention spans, so to really share a message, keep it simple. The angels have whispered to me many times on this Peace on Earth journey, keep it simple, sweetie. There is no need to be like the great philosophers who endlessly debated and tried to outspeak each other. The ego believes complexity creates importance. The soul knows that simplicity reveals truth. When words are stripped of excess, what remains is essence, and essence is powerful. Essence is eternal. You do not need to defend what is sacred. You need only honor it. In a world overflowing with opinions, commentary, and endless noise, clarity has become a sacred act. We scroll quickly, we skim, we react. Our attention spans flicker like a candlelight in the wind. And yet, when something simple and true crosses our path, it stops us. Life is precious. It is precious when a newborn takes its first breath. It is precious when an elder takes their last. It is precious in the laughter of children, the quiet of prayer, the tears of grief, and the courage to begin again. It is precious in the struggling heart and the joyful one alike. To declare that life is precious is to acknowledge the sanctity of all beings, human, animal, earth itself. It is to recognize that every encounter matters, every word matters, every choice matters. In this year of compassion, perhaps one of the most compassionate acts we can offer is mindful speech. To speak with intention, to pause before reacting, to allow silence to carry meaning. Clear communication is not about saying more, it is about saying what matters. Dear angels, how can we honor the preciousness of life in our daily living? Dear ones, Honor life by being fully present with it. In a world that glorifies busyness and distraction, presence becomes an act of sacred simplicity. Do not rush through moments as if they are disposable or insignificant. Each breath is a gift. Each encounter is an opportunity for compassion in action. Slow down enough to truly speak when others speak, not simply to reply, but to understand. Deep listening is one of the purest expressions of loving kindness. Feel when your heart moves. Allow yourself emotional awareness without judgment. Compassion begins within as self-compassion and then naturally extends outward. Offer kindness without condition or expectation. Let your words be gentle. Let your reactions be thoughtful. Let your choices reflect empathy and mindful living. Protect what nurtures life in yourself and in others. Safeguard your peace. Guard your energy. Create space for healing, simplicity, and authentic connection. When you embrace a simple life rooted in compassion, you begin to see the sacredness woven into ordinary moments. When you truly recognize that life is precious, you treat it as holy. And what you treat as holy, you handle with care, reverence, and responsibility. Compassionate living is not complicated. It is the daily practice of choosing presence over pressure, understanding over judgment, and simplicity over excess. The angels whisper, pause, breathe, speak truth simply, live life gently. Life is yours and every other's and is holy beyond measure. So today, I promise to keep it simple, sweetie, and I will. And thank you, Linda Lemieux. I saw that you put in there our kiss. I love our kiss here at Cuppa. Keep it simple, sweetie. And that's something we can all live by. We don't have to go out and make great speeches. We don't have to just keep rambling on, do we? Just saying simple things make the impact. Because it's so true that our attention span is very tiny these days. I think it's because we recognize that life is short. We're only here for just a minute. We're only here for such a little bit of time when we look at all of eternity. So saying something short and profound gets our attention. We can pay attention to that. We don't have to spend 10 minutes listening to what you have to say to get the gist of what you're saying. When you say it in those words, in such short brevity of life is precious, a message. Or the shortest verse in the Bible, Jesus wept. Again, that's all we need to know. He loved us immensely, and everything that happened while he was in his short time on earth was important. So of course he had emotions. Of course he felt so deeply while he was watching what was going on with this creation, right? So it's a big lesson for us all. We can take that and really run with it. And I think that's the power of the tiny books that the angels. And I lost the connection there for a moment. I think it's back. Just going to glance at the stream on Facebook. Yeah, it blinked for a minute, but it is back. Okay, Deirdre says, this is day 2 of the pause. In a world that's moving at record speed, it makes perfect sense. Doesn't it, though? It does make perfect sense that we keep it short, we keep it concise. Say what you want to say. You don't have to define everything you say. Say it. You know, there's a method to speaking and teaching, and that method is tell them what you're going to tell them. And that's a short little sentence of what it's all about. So you can learn a lot from all of that brevity, right? All right, I hope I didn't lose you all when it did the blink, but it looks like you're still here with me. Just let me know if it cut off for you. Maybe you had to re-find it. So let me see. I'm not seeing you. So I'll turn that off and back on. Okay, you're not back yet. So hopefully you'll come back with me because I'm going to read the Kuan Yin card of the day, which is moved by the call. Wild love of my own soul, I call upon you. I trust in the process of letting go and the wild, loving life calling me to my divine destiny. I trust in my fearless spirit. Moved by the call. And that was a very short message from Kuan Yin, but look at how powerful that is. Trust in the process of letting go. Sometimes we let go of concepts. Sometimes we let go of the need to be seen all the time. We can be seen for a short period and make such a big impact. Oh, thank you for letting me know that, Darlene and Deirdre and Andrea. You're still here, and Andrea, I love that. You're here with love. Okay, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any thoughts about what the angels are teaching us through that message of brevity, keeping it short, keeping it simple. And is that something that you can embrace? Or are you somebody who just has to keep talking about something, keep mulling it over? Sometimes that helps. Sometimes when something's on our mind and we need to process it, then yeah, we'll say things over and over until it clicks inside of us. But then let it go, like Kuan Yin says. Let it go with love. Kelly says a lack of self-love is our biggest problem because it affects how we treat everyone else. You got it, Kelly. If we don't have love in our own heart, how are we going to send love out to others? How are we going to share that in other people's lives inside of ourselves? So keep it simple. And Deirdre says simplicity is key to a peaceful being. It really is. When we can just breathe, we don't have to just keep regurgitating everything. Just breathe. And then you'll find what an impact it makes just to say 2 simple words instead of a whole catalog or encyclopedia of them. All right. So speaking of brevity, this little book is called The Spiritual Diary of Paramahansa Yogananda. And he was wonderful at speaking. He was a great orator and was able to get his message across with a few words. I have his little daily meditations book that's so full of just simple little sayings, something that you can just take in and really feel the impact of it from just a few words. Oh, thank you, Andrea Gregg. And thank you, Annie7. All right, so let's see what Yogananda's message is for the 18th. Can you believe it's the 18th already? When the Lord commanded, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image," that was from Exodus in the Bible, he meant that we should not exalt the objects of creation above the Creator. Our love for nature, family, friends, duties, and possessions should not occupy the supreme throne in our hearts. That is where God belongs. And I've heard sermons preached about this particular passage of not having any other gods before God the Creator. And we as humans, not every human, but overall, don't we cherish things, material things? And sometimes, and I have experienced this in my own life, sometimes giving objects, material objects, more weight than we do our own Creator, our own God. That's what I choose to call our Creator as God. So it's really time when we see that happening, it's time to take an inventory. Where is my energy going? What do I place as holy? What do I place as special in my life? What do I revere? And one thing that is very telling is how much time do I spend and give energy to things, and things could be our phone, right? YouTube, scrolling through Facebook. How much time and energy do I give to that compared to the time and energy I give to my spiritual being, to being a spirit? That's what we are. But yet, there has to be that balance between being human and spiritual. And the human self is curious. We want to know, and we want to know it all. So we spend a lot of time researching or being curious or seeing what other people are doing. What are they talking about? So it's an important message from Yogananda to really look at what do we worship? Are we worshiping the noise that's going on in the world, or are we going into the stillness and being able to find ourselves in that stillness and finding the Creator and spending time there? And that's what I've been doing more and more, is just being in that stillness, being surrounded by the love that I know I can find when I go into the simplicity and into the stillness of God. So some beautiful messages today from the angels, from Kuan Yin, and from Yogananda, and from all of you. Thank you for being here and providing energy to Cuppa, because that's what you do. You bring in a cup, you sit down, and we share with each other some love, some gratitude. And now we're going to share our prayers. So if there's something going on with you, let me know. Put it in the comments, and we'll definitely lift you up in our prayers today. Wednesday used to be prayer day, where we read that long list of prayers. I still have the list. It's not updated over the last few months, and that's why I have not been reading it. And we all know what's on that list. It's been read for at least 4 years together. And so we know the names that are on there. All of you are on there. Every one of you are on that prayer list. And so what I do is just update from this day, from this present moment. If you have prayers that you want to put on the list, then please speak up and let me know what's going on. Good morning, Joanne Castillo. Thank you for being here. And I don't know if you're still here at the house, but I'll be out in just a minute, and love to have a morning hug and letting you know that I am doing good today. I'm doing so much better than yesterday. She saw me yesterday when I was barely moving. And thank you, Joanne, for this safe place to be while I go through all of this physical work to the human body that needs to be done. I really appreciate you. Good morning, Susie Koff. So glad that you jumped in here and joined us this morning. All right, so Deirdre has put up our daily prayer that we do. We continue to pray for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, our troops, and especially those who are away from family and friends, United States, the UK, India, for me and my family, and any traveling Ps. Thank you so much, Deirdre, for that wonderful message of just lifting up all of these things with hope and with trust that all is being seen and heard. And Darlene is asking for prayers for herself, for a family member, not knowing how to handle, and okay, definitely holding you up for emotional healing there and for clarity and insight, Darlene. And we wrap our arms of love around you. And thank you. Yes, I am feeling much better. Thank you so much. And Kelly would like prayers for guidance on her treatment because now she's getting shingles as a side effect and it is difficult. Yes, I understand that that is very difficult. Many of you, most of you know that I had a kidney transplant 50 years ago, as a matter of fact. And after the transplant, they had given me blood infusions, and I got a mild case of shingles after that. So I know how painful that can be. All right. Any other prayers? Thank you for remembering my family, especially my sister Billy and her daughter Paula. Thank you all for your love and your prayers there. And hopefully she's watching this either now or on the replay. And shout out to her. And missing my sister. I was with her for a bit when I got back into the country. And now I'm down here taking care of myself and taking care of the things that need to be done. Would like to ask for prayers for guidance for this retreat that the angels have said we're going to hold this year, and just need some answers and some clarity from all of you. If you're interested in coming to a retreat in October, if you think that you will, then I will put energy into moving forward with that. We do have a place in Virginia Beach. We have the time, which is the first weekend in October. So let me know if that's something that you would be interested in attending. And if there's enough interest, then so be it. It shall be. All right. Susie Koff, prayers for all the people who are longing for community and connection. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Susie Koff. And I saw the post, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, about the restaurant that's being targeted in your area. And we lift them up in prayer, Sue, and lift up your whole community there in Boulder. Boulder holds a special place in my heart, and I will be out there in just a couple of months. I'll be out there in May for the summer. So lifting up all that area because they've been through a lot. Boulder has suffered a lot over the last years. Okay, thank you, Joanne, for letting me know. And I know that Linda is definitely interested. So let's see who else thinks that they may come to that retreat. All right, let's go into our hearts for this time that we have left. And I just want to lift each one of you. Let's just breathe. Just be. Go into a moment of I am, bringing yourself right to the present moment. When we take that breath and we be very still, we can feel God. We feel the angels wrapping their wings around us, holding us, lifting us, helping us to raise our frequency. And that's what we're doing now. We're going up, 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 going up to the dimensions, up and out to the universe, getting a closer connection to that great central sun, and carrying with us all the prayers, all the love that's in our heart for each other. As we lift these prayers, we speak directly to the Creator. So God, we lift these prayers to you. We ask that all of the divine gather around these prayers. That Divine Mother holds and nurtures each one that we present, that we speak. We pray that Jesus use the magic touch of healing with each one who's going through a challenge physically, including myself, for each one that's struggling mentally or emotionally with what's going on and the challenges and the struggles. And God, we lift our world. We lift the chaos, the confusion, the noise, and ask that there be peace on our planet, peace in our hearts, peace in our homes, and peace all over our great nations, that nations can talk to nations clearly, simply, speaking with compassion, honoring that life is precious. All life is precious. Thank you for hearing our prayers. Thank you for bringing us miracles. You are the giver of all life, the giver of all love, and the Creator who brings things to us that we need to survive, to thrive, and to enjoy this thing called life. We honor you and all of divinity. Om Shanti, Om Peace. Thank you, we love you, and so it is. Amen and amen. And we brought in our beautiful Blu-ray, Miss Blue Jean. Thank you for being with us this morning and all the beauties. And if your friend Jenny is still with you, hello to you. Deirdre, well, maybe we'll have a pet-friendly home and you can bring Thump with you. Blue Jean, I'm doing much better, thank you. And thank you for all of you who sent healing my way, who sent that love from your heart. That's what it is. It's just love when we send healing. So thank you for that. And doing much better today. I'm not in extreme pain like I was yesterday. So that's a good sign that it's going to be a good day. And now we've got those words that help us all to feel the love. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Deirdre. Andrea Gregg. Annie. Grayson. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me on Cuppa this morning. Ooh, I love that, Jean. I love that she was there with you yesterday, and hopefully she'll tune into Cuppa. I think we have some newbies that have been tuning in, and some of them do come in and say something to us. So shout out to all of those who are just finding Cuppa and finding the love that's here in this room. Thank you, Kelly Bach. I'm so glad you're here with us. And to Blue Jean and the precious doggaroos, Pocket, Gruffy, Raz, and the sweet babies, with the bee, Blue Cat, and our Lulubelle. Love you so much, and I know Gizmo is still there in spirit. All right, so let's get on with this day. Keep it simple, sweetie. Doesn't have to be complicated. I love you all so much. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Aloha and mahalo for joining in today.